This video is brought to you by the award-winning prop firm, Fidelcrest. Righty-ho, folks, we're here on Trading Out. We've got Tyler Malone back in the house. We've just done an epic podcast. Got to go and check it out. We'll put a link under the video here to that. Now, what we're going to dive into now is how to pretty much fix your backtesting problem. So if you're struggling with backtesting, if you don't know what to do, Tyler is an expert at this, teaches all of his clients how to do it this way. So you're going to find out how you can fix your backtesting once and for all. So welcome back to the show, Tyler.
Thank you so much. Glad to be here.
Righty-ho, let's share your screen and let's see how it's done. Fidelcrest is an award-winning prop firm that funds traders with up to $2 million and offers generous profit splits up to 90%. So one thing that really sets Fidelcrest apart is their no minimum trading days requirement on their challenge and verification stages. On top of that, traders who successfully pass the challenge and verification stages are eligible to receive a bonus payout of up to $30K on top of their funded stage profit split payout on performance. And be sure to use promo code TradingNut, all one word, to get 10% off your next challenge. Click the link in the description below or the card above to find out more.
There we go. I'm going to start on Euro AUD. So the problem is that with backtesting is most people don't actually do it in accordance with or in alignment with what they're actually trying to do with trading. Now, when we backtest, there is one reason why we backtest. It's not to figure out our win rate. It's not to feel good about our trading. It's not to prove our trading. It is literally just to collect data on our trading and what metrics make it strong, what metrics make it weak. And at the end, we can decide if that's good enough or if we have to tweak and change some things. So because of that, we need to have a strategy that is very specific, very detailed, and very defined. So what I mean by defined is you can literally explain it to a 5-year-old or, even a monkey could do it, is what they say, right? So what I like to do before I backtest and, well, when I started out, I don't need to do this anymore, but it does help if you really aren't clear on your strategy, is I always like to go and write down my rules on the chart. So the very first thing, find weekly direction. That is my way of determining it. Now, keep in mind, what you're about to see are universal concepts such as highs and lows within the context of a strategy that I've created. So when we look at trading, we always say, oh, it's speculative, blah, blah, blah. Well, we can create objectivity in a subjective market by having a strict set of rules that we follow every single time. Now, we want to make sure our rules are very specific, very defined, and very minimal, because the more complicated these strategies become, the harder it is to backtest, which makes it hard to get data, which means it's hard to go live and trust our process at the end of the day. So I find weekly direction through patterns I call invalidation or creation. Now, I'm not going to talk too much about my strategy itself. I'm just going to show you where I find the parameters that are met so that we can make sure this is nice and smooth. So number 2, I need a daily counter move through the same patterns. Then I need a daily confluent move through the creation pattern and a 4-hour correction followed by a 4-hour break of structure. That's my strategy, right? It's as simple as that. And because of the simplicity of this, I can go backtest years in a day. Very easy. So now that we got that out of the way, this is what we got to do. Okay. We have to find where our step 1 is met. Now, when I talk about parameters, I love that word because it's, a very technological sounding word. And when we talk about trading, we have to understand that we trade like a robot, not because we trade emotionless, but we make decisions like a robot. They are algorithmic. They are this or that. It is binary. It is non-discretionary. And what I mean by discretionary or binary is that there is no doubt whether a pattern is met, a parameter is met, a rule is met. It can either be met or it can't be met. And if it's not met, you wait till it's met. It's that easy. And so what we're going to look at here, okay, is I'm going to find my weekly direction for Euro AUD. And if I take a look at this candle right here, all right, let's move it over here. I can see that we are chock full of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of a fake breakout, 6, nice impulse. Now, because we have a series of higher lows, what does that tell us? We're bullish, right? We have buying pressure right here. So I am only going to be looking for buys in backtesting. Now, what's really cool about this way of backtesting, of taking a bird's eye view, is as price progresses, I can take a look at all this structure and know when I drop down to the lower timeframes, I'm always looking for these 2 and 3 parameters. So I see this, I'm bullish here. I mark it off because if, let's say I go back here and I test here, I see that I'm bearish. Well, as I go forward, I have to see that it became bullish there, and then it became bearish again, and then became bullish again right there. So this way, as I go to the lower time frame, I can determine what direction I'm trading in. So we will move on to the next step. I'm going to start right here. Okay. Now, once again, we take every trade that follows this. We do not backtest to win. We do not backtest to feel good. If you take losses, they are not losses, they are lessons. They tell you more about your strategy than your winners, because not every bad trade is a loss, and not every good, or sorry, not every bad, well, I'm kind of messing that up, sorry. Not every loss is a bad trade, and not every win is a good trade. All right. So by doing this, we can determine if they met our parameters and if they're good trades or bad trades based on whether we follow the rules or not. So we figured out our weekly direction. I can drop down the daily. Well, all I need to do is zoom out and say, where was my counter move found? And if I'm bullish right here, I see that, well, I'm bearish. And the very first Confluent move that I found based on the creation pattern is found 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So in this area right here, I'm going to find my buy. I'm going to find my entry. Now, keep in mind, we have a lower time frame to drop down to. So I'm going to move this line over here and say, okay, my parameter was met at this candle close. So anything within this is going to be a buy. I go to the 4-hour. All right. I look and I say a 4-hour correction followed by a break of 4-hour structure. Well, simple as that. There's your correction. There's your break of structure. All right. So what do? Is I take this. Where's my entry? I go back. I find my stop. I have a little bit of a bigger stop than usual here, 166 pips. I zoom out. Okay. Notice how I'm not using the replay function. Okay. We do not deal with emotions while we backtest. We have a method of taking the data we acquire here into live trading so that we can learn how to deal with emotions as we practice using this data. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find my parameter for taking profit. And as I go forward, I find that we broke this structure here with this wick, and that's a 3.08 trade. Actually, sorry, I think that's a 3.09 trade if I'm not. Oh, no, it's 3.08. My bad, because on my data, I have something else. So what do I do with this? Okay, 3.08. Well, I'm going to stop sharing this for a second, and I'm going to go to my data sheet, and I'm going to plug in my data right there. Okay, so I just back tested. Let's see, where are we at? We're middle of March, 2.5 months in a matter of minutes. Why? Because I didn't mess around with trying to do the replay function, trying to get everything perfect. All I did was clarify my strategy, find where my strategy applies, and then record it. That's it. And that's all. That is exactly how you backtest.
All right, folks, I'm here at Black Bull Markets headquarters in Auckland, New Zealand. You can see this amazing view behind me of Auckland Harbour. Now, talking about views, if you do want to get free TradingView Pro, then all you need to do is trade 1 lot a month at Black Bull Markets, and they're going to give you free TradingView Pro. So, folks, to find out more, click the link in the description below or the card above.
Let's do that again. Okay, let's talk about it again. All right. Keep it simple. Make sure your strategy is a step-by-step thing. The whole purpose for trading or for backtesting is to acquire data. All right. So don't worry about pressing the replay function. Just find the trades that fit your strategy. Take profit, hit stop loss, doesn't matter. Write them down and see where you're at. That's it.
I like that. I mean, the replay function does usually screw me up as well, especially given the fact that there's not always enough data to go back and get, and it kicks you back to the front, right? And then you click too fast, and there's all this sort of stuff. Hey, folks, so hopefully you got a thing or two out of that. And whilst you're sort of mulling it over, do remember, go and check out the link below where Tyler has got the full podcast that we did and all the links. So what is the best link to go and check you out on?
Like I said on the podcast, if you hadn't watched that, check me out on Instagram at Your Forex Mechanic, and make sure that your is not Youre. It is YOUR. And Forex Mechanic falls after that. You'll find me there.
Brilliant, folks. And whilst you are just about to click that link, do hit subscribe, like, and that notifications bell, and we'll see you in the next video. Tired of missing trades or spending hours at the charts? Introducing my Robot Builders Club. With our platform, you can build bots in minutes, not weeks, without any coding required. Get lifetime access to my video course, VIP community, and over 40 ready-made robots. Works with MT4 or MT5, and as a bonus, you'll get 3 months access to my robot lab, where we build and test bots on live calls every week. Join the hundreds of traders who are trading smarter, not harder. Click the link in the description to learn more, get the free training, and download a free robot.